Welcome. In front of me is a Xiaomi 11T Pro, and today I'll show you a couple of tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. So, to get started, I'm going to begin with a dark mode, which simply turns on a system-wide dark mode. Now this setting can be found in your settings under display, and you have the two options right here. Additionally, you also have the scheduled dark mode, which simply allows you to, once toggled on, to switch between light and dark mode depending on the time, which is probably the better option at least in my opinion, because during the daytime I do prefer to have it in light mode. It is easier to see it when it's light outside, and during the nighttime obviously bright white light is no bueno for the eyes, so dark mode is here to save you. But throughout the video I'm going to be using light mode anyway, because on the video I think it looks just better. Now this is the first option that I wanted to show you. Now moving on to the next one, it's going to be the gesture navigation. Now once you've done the setup, if you paid attention throughout the setup, there was no options for like gesture navigations, which one you want to use, so that's a little bit of a shame, but the option is here on the phone, and to toggle it on, all you need to do is go to home screen, and where is it? Home screen, or just home screen, and find system navigation, and you have the two options. So obviously we've been using the buttons, and here's the gestures. If you used gestures before, no need for you to go through a learning process, just select not now, and this will toggle them on. And if you never used those before, the way you do is swipe up to go home, swipe up and hold to go to recent, and swipe from either side to go back. As you can see, it shows you this little arrow. Once you let go, it goes back, and same goes from the other side. So there we go, that's the quick version of gesture navigation. Now moving on to the next option, it is the second space. Now I'm not going to go actually set it up, because that would just take a little bit too much time, but virtually what it is two different spaces for your phone, and they are completely separated from each other. So on the main space, as it would be called, which is this one, you have, for instance, this wallpaper, some kind of applications, contacts, some documents and stuff like that, as you normally do on your phone, right? And then if you create a second space, that second space will have just the default applications up on creation. So the ones that default applications mean the ones that you only had when you set up the device and didn't install anything. It won't have any Google accounts, it won't have anything else. So it's basically like a fresh phone where you can load up a whole new different set of applications, new accounts, new files, photos, whatever you do. Basically it stays on the second space as long as you do it on the second space. And first space again or the main one is just separated from the second space as well. So they're virtually have like two different phones while using only one. And to actually activate this, you want to go into the settings, and from here we're gonna go into special features, and you will have second space, and simply go here to turn on second space. This will force you to set up a PIN, pattern or password if you're not using one, just so you can sign between those two spaces. So for instance, you can set one pattern for this space and a whole new different pattern for the other space, and depending on which pattern you use on your lock screen, it will put you on the adequate space that you have put in the pattern for. So anyway, moving on to the next option that I wanted to show you, it was going to be the refresh rate. By default, I believe this device comes with just a 60 Hertz. Let's just make sure. Yep, it's hard set to 60 for some stupid reason. So there is no option, or it doesn't show you an option throughout the setup, which again, a shame here. But if you go under the settings and the display, you will find refresh rate, where you will be able to change it to 120. And as you can see, there's a little bit of an animation going on right here, and this is just a general animation to show you how the 120 Hertz affects the display, how content will look on it. So as you can see, the 60 is a little bit choppy, it kind of like just jumps around, while the 120 is just a nice smooth movement. And even though this is exaggerated to oblivion, this is basically the difference you get when, as an example, if you do a screen recording and slow down that recording to see each individual frame, this is basically how it would in a way look like. And obviously 120 makes your phone just run buttery smooth. Everything looks like this, so everything has this nice smooth motion to it. The downside of it is your battery will be drained a little bit quicker because of it. So if you prefer smoothness over battery, I highly recommend using it, but if you're the person that would prefer to save your battery, then I guess stick with the default 60. And moving on to the last option which I wanted to show, it is the color scheme. And again, as all the other options, it is located under the display. If you scroll down, it's right above the refresh rate color scheme, and it is set to vivid, as basically every device has by default. So vivid, if you brighten it up, actual like reasonable brightness. The reason why it looks super bright right now is just because of the camera settings. It is not actually that bright for me. But the reason why I also brighten it up is because you can then get to see clear image of these pencils. Wait, those aren't pencils. Color pencils, however they're called. And if you pay attention to some of them, as an example, this orange right here, or the pinkish ones, they are way too bright, almost to the point that it seems like the color is almost glowing, radiating. And obviously that is not the most realistic look to a coloring pencil. So if you prefer more of a realistic color on your screen, then I do advise you to go to standard, which will give you a little bit more toned down colors, a little bit more realistic to what things should look like. Obviously you will have a little bit more washed out colors and because of this, but personally I do prefer those washed out colors because they are more accurate. They don't need to be as poppy as they are with vivid. So anyway, this would conclude all the tweaks and tricks that I want to share with you, and if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.